So this is part one of my analysis sort of LP of Paper Mario. Sort of wanted to do an LP of Paper Mario for a while, and what with like Paper Mario Director's Cut and all, I think it's about a good time to work on it. Um, so just to start off, here's the title screen of Paper Mario. Playing this on a real N64, by the way. Um, as you can see, it sort of looks like it's like a static sort of like frame of like a stage, and then in the background you see sort of like Mario and like a bunch of characters that you meet along the way, and then it changes to sort of videos of his adventures, which I'm guessing is just like a bunch of like recorded movement. Obviously, not like actual like video that they've recorded of the game. That would be huge for like an N64 cartridge. It's weird because I've played this game in Nemu 64, and the way it works, like the frame looks like it's just a static image, but it's actually a model. It's a 3D model with textures applied to it, which is really weird. Like it looks like it's just an image pasted over the video, but that's actually not at all the case. So yeah, so it shows you like a bunch of different helpers right now, a bunch of different places he's going to. Uh, the adventures that the player will be going on eventually. So yeah, guess I'll just start it up right now. Cuts to white, title screen. So I guess I'll just delete one of these files. Yeah, my name's Ryan, so select a file name. Okay. I'll make it Mario. Yeah, they've got two different fonts. One is sort of like black, and then another one is like white with a black outline. I'm not exactly sure when each is used. I mean, I guess you can see right now that like, well, okay, so it's black with a white outline. Black with a white outline is used right here for just the standard thing, and then the one that you're currently selecting is white with a black outline. I think there's parts later where there's a black background in like for signs and stuff. And I'm guessing that's when white with a black outline is used. But we'll be able to see later. File name is Mario. Yep, looks good. Yep, let's start the game. The trees and bushes sort of move out of the way. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door actually starts the same way. It starts like with them getting the mail from I think Parakarry actually the same. That's the guy who just flew away. Same guy in Thousand Year Door. Letter from Princess Peach. Let's see, there's like vines growing out of like that pot. I think everything in this is modeled actually, like except the flowers. That's just sort of like uh, flat textures. So Peach is holding a party, and everyone, in a lot of people at least, are invited. I'm not really sure how many. Always seemed like a lot. So we're off. Conveniently, they have a pipe that leads directly to the center of Toad Town, which you have to wonder like who goes there to his house. So here's a little sort of intro sequence. So we have like a tour of Toad Town as we're going to Princess Peach's castle, which is pretty neat. It's pretty clever. What a magnificent castle. Yep, you can sure say that again. Sort of similar to how it looked in Super Mario 64, but not exactly. So we actually can't leave now. Luigi just kind of stops us as we try to leave. So yeah. Now most of these doors in the intro are locked. It doesn't seem to open. Yeah, see the white with black outline. Most of these are blocked. I'm guessing so the character won't get lost, like the player won't get like stuck. One of these is the kitchen. I think it's this one. So if the person is walking around, like just trying to see what it is they can find in Princess Peach's castle, they can find the kitchen, which I mean, just looks like a basic kitchen, but it's crazy because like there's so much like background detail, like the icing and eggs, which are later used in the cooking sequence, like the plates, which actually show up again in Peach's room, which is kind of weird. Like I don't know, I don't have plates in my room, but I'm not a girl, so I don't know. Uh, the door to the right, I think, is also locked. I can't remember. I think it's the room with the magic sort of chest that connects to like Merlin's, or not Merlin's house, but whoever the person's name is. The walls, it's interesting. The walls you can see through, but I'm pretty sure that if you, I'm not exactly. I think if you turn the camera around, I think those walls actually might be modeled. Yeah, doesn't seem to open. Doesn't seem to open. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all the rest of these doors are blocked. But Peach's room, you can access Peach's room. Just keep talking to him, talking to him, talking to him, talking to him. He lets you in. Not exactly a great guard, but whatever. Those candles, it's kind of, I always thought it was really neat, like how the candles worked. Like, I always thought it was like some kind of crazy, like, model that was, like, flickering back and forth by, like, it was, like, animated that way. But it's actually very simple. Like, it's just a picture like, of, like, sort of like waves. And like, they move up, and then, like, the picture of the candle is cut out around it. So it's always that shape of the waves. And then that's drawn over, like, sort of, like, orange and, like, yellow picture to get the candle moving. I might actually make an example of how to do that in GameMaker later. You can examine all these things. Thankfully, it's conveniently shown that like what you can examine with the red exclamation point. You can see this fireplace actually changes colors. Not exactly sure how that works yet, but yeah, it's just I'm gonna stand right here. This Let's Play is sort of going to work as an archive to sort of benefit me working on my Paper Mario Director's Cut game. I'll use like footage from this to help like I mean I don't know like if I have a fireplace in my game like so I can see like how they do it in this so I can get it closer. I'm also going to sort of analyze like how things are done. Like say for instance this table right here like it's actually just four flat actually or no it's two flat walls and then on top is another like it's a flat floor. So it looks kind of complex, but it's actually just it's just three different walls. Really simple. A lot of the flowers in this game are done the same way, just like flat planes. The chandelier on the ceiling, just a bunch of flat walls. Let's see. That plate, just another flat sprite. Uh, this sofa. This sofa looks like it was actually completely modeled, if I had to guess. I think so. Except that top part is it's just a sprite. Yeah, they do a lot of things like that. Yeah, like say for instance these like the whatever the posts or whatever on the staircase, like the wooden parts like that support it. These are actually all just flat sprites too. I mean, that would be a lot of models to have, and it'd be a huge like waste, a huge burden on the N64. So it makes sense that they would just do these sprites. And right here above, if you can see, it's like very polygonal, or I mean, very like choppy. Like it's very like pixelated. Like these banners are also sprites. Just so yep. Let's just keep going. No need to waste more time in there. Already wasted enough time. Sort of gets darker. Let's see. And then the music's gotten really quiet at this point. Very serene. Windows have like there's like the light from coming through the windows you can see on the ground. More of those candles. The music completely goes quiet for Peach's theme. Yeah. and then all of a sudden, Peach's castle is lifted up into the air. There's smoke effects. You can see the ground sort of like lifts up to become cracked. And man, how did Bowser get the castle under there? That's what I always wondered then. You can see in the background, like clouds sort of moving down. This shot's used a ton in the game. They really got their use out of that. Like Peach's castle, like floating in the air, like as a setup shot. What in the world was that? We'll see right now. It was. Oh, yeah, actually, also their sprites are darker. That's interesting too. Boom! Glass pieces shoot everywhere. That window's cracked, shattered. Stays away the rest of the game. And Bowser's fight at the very end. It's that's the backdrop. Yeah, spoilers. There's gonna be tons of spoilers probably. So if you don't like spoilers, you're watching the wrong Let's Play. Yeah, that text was circling around and sort of larger. It's really weird. Bowser sort of talks like a little kid. I always thought that was very sort of like like you have Bowser and he's like sort of like scary boss, but like he just talks like this is different. I'm gonna win now. Come on, tough guy, let's go. Like just talks like very like he doesn't talk like a dragon would talk. So yeah, it's sort of like a diorama, like a shoebox sort of setup. Like that's how all the battles are set. And then like the battle options are like set like it's like a projector, projecting it on like a sort of like on the scene. The ones you can't select are clearly shown with like with monochrome. They do that everywhere in the game. So if there's something you can't use, it's always grayed out. It's pretty useful. They like that they keep it throughout the whole game. So pointed out there, Bowser. The arrow on the head, it always changes height to match the character's height. Like they probably have a huge chart in the game with every character's like height. Like it's just like crazy. Bowser's just like a ton of pieces. Lots of characters are tons of pieces. Like Tubba Blubba, Bowser, Puff and Puff. Like pretty much everyone in Thousand Year Door. Whoops. Pretty much everyone in Thousand Year Door has pieces. But in this game, most people are just sprites. Yeah, I'll just keep going. I'm not going to waste time. Um, Everyone's just pieces, so I never really liked that, to be honest. It's kind of like Uncanny Valley a bit. I always like sprites more, but I don't know. A lot of people prefer the Thousand Year Door art style to the original, so maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. Yeah, the particle effects in this game are crazy. Like as you can see, oh yeah, the stars, those are all modeled. They're not sprites. If they were sprites, they would be pixelated, but they're not. So, yeah. Not a whole lot of polygons, but kind of weird when that they would do that in like the age of the N64 when there's like such a like burden on like when like polygons were such a burden on the technology. Like they had to be very like very strict in what they gave polygons to. Paper Mario was probably like a lifesaver in that, like since everything's just a sprite. That didn't hurt at all, Mario. What a weakling. Like yeah, like just really silly. The stars are sort of going out. Oh, they're all yellow. I thought some of them turned orange. No, they're all just yellow. A star comes out when there's no effect. That happens when the enemies attack Mario too. The fire here, it's just a bunch of circles. I always thought it was more complex than that. Same with the sort of clouds that appear. I never even noticed this before, but there are clouds that appear when an enemy hurts Mario, and it's actually just a bunch of like very simple sprites, like all rotated around in a circle. I'll probably do all these sorts of things, like I'll edit it in so that you can see like what I'm talking about. So like if you don't understand what I'm talking about, like see with the candle and stuff, it'll be better explained. Oh, the lightning effect. There's also like a sort of star shape too that comes out when that happens. I sort of played it in Nemu 64 with the speed turned down to get like a better idea of what was what was done, like how these things were done. See, Mario's falling out of the sky. Jeez. How high were they? Paper Mario logo. I always thought that was kind of weird too. And then there's like the TM right there. Prologue, a plea to plea from the stars. You know, it's weird. I was playing this on I was playing this part on an emulator too, and the prologue part was that was like rainbow. So I don't know why that was colored when the other parts as you can see here, it's not colored at all. Oh yeah, the audio changes to the old Mario theme. Oh yeah, and as you can see, it's sort of like the frame around it. It's like bigger than like I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like the frame around it, like there's like a black outline around like the video footage, and then like the HUD can sort of go out into the black part, so it's kind of weird. Like it's sort of like a letterbox, but it's not exactly. Yeah. So we're meeting the stars for the first time. The star spirits. Second Mario RPG game to use star spirits. Kind of weird. Oh yeah, um, the stars they sort of like fade in and out like old like TV footage like when there's no channel like I always call it like sort of like a snowstorm just to joke around. It's sort of like the static and like the text does the same thing. So like to make them look weak. Yeah, this whole room is dark except for Mario and the star spirits. Well, they're sort of dark actually. More more of those excellent particles. There must have been like hundreds of them on the screen just a second ago. So here's, oh yeah, the bushes in the background. As you can see, they're sort of like, it's weird. They're sort of like orange and purple and like yellow, purple, and like all of the bushes in this game, or at least a lot of them, are like done in grayscale, and then they're colored like in real time, which is kind of weird, and that's always sort of thrown me off. Like I'm not really sure how they did that. Like I mean, no, I imagine how they did that, but I'm not really sure how to pull off like a good looking effect that matches that. So yeah. Hearing lots of backstory. Again, if you want to hear the story, if you're here for story, then you're watching the wrong Let's Play. Sorry. You shouldn't watch this Let's Play. This is just going to be mainly analysis. Let's see. We're meeting so seeing Toad's house. Days and days. It didn't feel like that. We were just gone for like about a minute or two. Yeah, so we're hearing about Star Summit right now, so that's a place where we're supposed to be going next. The camera changes, rotates around. You see you see the village, which isn't exactly a village. I mean, it's pretty empty. I mean, I mean just one family and Toad. I mean, it's not exactly a village if there's just two sets of families. Yeah, it's kind of weird. The model of the main house, like there's sort of stuff you can see on the top. In Nemu 64, it's possible to turn the camera around and see like the backs of like the sets of like the dioramas or whatever you want to call it. And you can see there's tons of stuff back there, so it's weird that they designed it that like intricately. Like I imagine that whoever modeled this wasn't expecting like the camera to be done this way. There's sort of like a reverb effect. I'm not really sure if you can tell. Yeah, like with the jumping you can hear it sort of echoes. And and the sunlight too. I always thought that was sort of like a complex effect. I didn't really understand how that worked. It's really just like a sort of like bar, it's like a sort of like, um, it's just like a black sort of, like a white sort of bar. I thought it was like for like a pipe or something, like with like shadows on the side. That like I guess they just did like that they made like the sides sort of like see-through with like alpha shading. So this is Goomba. So yep, more sprites. Oh, so this is where those hangers were. Okay, so yep, he's right over there. been 20 minutes already. I promise future episodes won't be this long. Okay, earthquake damage. Well, that was obviously a castle lifting up in the air. Yeah, so they could feel it this far away. That's pretty interesting. This is the first time that we're seeing Kamek. Well, no, not the first time, but the first time that's really like that she really like messes with us. Actually, does she ever mess with us later? I don't know. Can't remember. Can't believe I didn't mention this before. The music in this game is excellent. Like, it's just brilliant. So more particle effects. The same ones from the Star Rod, and then like sort of circling things around the block. Oh yeah, they have blur effects in this game too. It's sort of like Majora's Mask in that way. Okay, okay, there you go. See, you can see the tops on the part. Okay, so I guess that makes sense that they modeled that then. Just fix that gate. Yep, the gate's never fixed later in the game, so I guess that's good for us because we couldn't open it before. It was locked. So let's go check on Goomba. Let's see what he's doing. Oh! Working on the veranda. Now it's gone. Whoops. We fall. And it's funny right here. He sort of like does like little. He falls like paper. I wonder how many. I wonder how many polygons are in that model of him like turning. I don't know. Oh, we see when we see Goomba again. His eyes are open this time. It's kind of weird. Yeah. This block is blocking us. Didn't mean to do that. I swear. Veranda. I've never heard that anywhere used anywhere else besides Paper Mario, and he just used it twice. Like up when we just talked to him previously, and right now. So now he's following us. He's sort of like a helper. In fact, it's probably like he's probably like in like the place of like normal helpers, but like the sprites set to him. None of the C right or C left arrows work right now, except for the one for the HUD. Like you can't use items right now. You can't use like the helpers. Does start work? Oh, it does. You can see the spirits, see the map. As you go through the game, you unlock new different like sort of areas, so you can see information about them. Items, stats. Yep. So here we are. Hammer's got to be somewhere nearby. Okay, looks like that. Thank you for showing it to us. Okay. Oh, and they tell us again that if we see the exclamation point over our head, then we can search by pushing A. I mean, if we did happen to go into Peach's room, which is just about like the only time before at the very end of the game, yeah, then we go into Peach's room, like as Mario, we actually search. Like so, if we had managed to go in there, we would know, like that we could search, like if something's over our head. But I guess just in case we don't happen to find that out, because you have to talk to the guy like 4 times or something. The blocks fall around nicely. I always thought that was a pretty cool effect too. The blocks do sort of similar effect. We can check these. Oh, here we go. There's the hammer. So yep, there's the sort of black background I was talking about again. It's sort of like a bunch of different like items and like music notes going down to the left. That picture of the block's probably just a sprite, if I had to guess. It's probably not like a. They probably didn't render that, especially since they look kind of pixelated. Yep, you can use the hammer to break things. You can use it by pressing B, and thankfully they show us that B is green, which is convenient, so we know we can push the green button. Yep, we can break the blocks, just experiment sort of. Again, we can get coins from blocks if we do this, but if we use this on a block that's been completely emptied. Oh, and there's the doll. Then it won't get anything. Oh, that's the doll that she said she lost. Oh, well. Convenient. I have no idea how she lost it down here. I guess she must have dropped it off the side of a mountain or something, off the side of the mountain, and it landed in that tree. Oh, and then there's the save block right here, which, I mean, it's been 25 minutes already, so I might as well just save. No need to make you guys, like, watch anymore. Like, half hour's pretty long. So we could save our game progress. Save? Yes. Just one more thing to say. That save block's probably here for when, like for Junior Troopa, in case you happen to lose. So, like, if you do lose, then you don't have to start the whole game over, because this is the first save block you find after, well, I guess after Goomba Village. So it's not the first save block you find, but I don't know. Maybe you were walking around in Goomba Village for a while and you don't want to have to go through all that again and like searching. Like maybe it's just kind of obnoxious. Speaking of things being obnoxious, speaking of things being obnoxious, I don't know why it's hard to speak today. I've been rambling for a while. It's been 25 minutes. I think that's good enough. I'll stop talking now. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch any more, subscribe. If you don't want to watch any more, don't know if I can blame you. It's a lot of rambling. See you later.